Let's begin lying on our backs. Keep your knees bent as you carefully lower down. Take a couple of long, smooth breaths here just to settle in. And this is yoga for anxiety and stress, with our focus on the neck, shoulders, and upper back. So as you're breathing here, just start to take deeper breaths in and out through your nose. When we have stress and anxiety, usually the breath becomes very shallow. So one way to reduce your stress and anxiety is to breathe. Deep, smooth breaths in and out. Now take your fingertips right to the tops of your shoulders and point your elbows straight to the sky. As you take an inhale, begin to make just little circles with your elbows. So they're both going away from each other. And then as you continue here, start to make them a little bit bigger and bigger. And again, keep your breath smooth and steady. And do one more big circle. And then inhale, point your elbows back to the sky. Exhale, reach your arms up with your hands facing one another. And then inhale, reach your arms overhead, but instead of letting your rib cage pop out, draw it in. And now inhale, arms back up to the sky, and then place your fingertips again on the shoulders, with the elbows pointing up. We're going to go in the other direction, so bring your elbows in toward each other and then circle. Start with little ones. So this is a way to get some movement in the shoulders. As you continue your circles, let them become a little bit bigger and bigger. When you have stress, many people, most people that I see, hold it in their shoulders, upper back, and neck. So if you wonder, why are my shoulders so sore, so tight? It could be that, because we have a tendency to just draw those shoulders up by the ears and tighten them up. Let's take one more circle. And then inhale, arms up to the sky. Exhale, reach them behind you. This time, face your palms up toward the sky. And remember, keep the lower back lengthening. Take an inhale. As you exhale, try to keep connection with the floor as you bend your elbows and then draw your arms down. Halfway through, you'll face the palms in toward one another and take the arms by your sides. So let's do this again, but this time we'll start with palms up, down at the bottom. So inhale, try to keep connection with the floor. Sorry, that's my malas. And reach up, palms facing up. And then when you get to the top, palms face each other. Take a breath. And then inhale here, soften around the neck. Exhale, try to keep connection with the floor. Arms can be straight or a little bit bent as you take them all the way down. Good. Now, keeping the knees bent, just turn your chin over your left shoulder and try to think about you could get your ear onto the earth. Keep your chin parallel with the floor. And then inhale, reach the right arm up and over, but soften around the neck. And then we'll inhale, bring your chin to center, take your arm down. Exhale. Bring your chin over your right shoulder. So imagine you could touch your right ear to the earth. And then as you're staying there, reach the left arm up and over. And just breathe here. And then inhale your head to center and release your arm. Hug your knees into your chest. And just rock a little side to side. And then roll onto your right side. And use your left hand to come up. And we'll come into a comfortable seat. So If it's comfortable for you to cross at your shins, then do that. If that's not so comfortable, you can take your feet onto the floor. You could also sit up against a wall. Take your right ear toward the right shoulder and bring your right hand on top of the head, not so that it's pulling, but just giving a little extra weight. Reach your left arm out and breathe here. Make your exhales for this next couple of rounds of breath a little longer than your inhales. That's another signal for the body that it's okay to relax. Take another long breath in and a longer exhale. And then release and bring your head to center. Now take your left ear toward the left shoulder, left arm on the head without pulling, just a little extra weight. Make sure and drop this left shoulder. Right arm out and flex your wrist. And then once again, as you're breathing here, take a nice, long, smooth inhale. And then make your exhale just a little bit longer than the inhale. Now we'll release that, coming to center. Bring your hands behind you so you can switch the cross of your legs. And inhale, take your arms up to shoulder height. As you exhale, interlace your fingers and face your palms out. And then inhale, take your arms up by the ears or in front of the ears, whatever works, but keep your front ribs in. As you exhale, lean to your right. Try and keep, if you're sitting on your hip bones, try and keep them both down, or your sitting bones. Instead of letting that left hip pop up, try and keep it grounded. And then come on up, inhale. As you exhale, now turn to your right. Soften around the neck. And then inhale, come back to center, release the arms, and then roll your shoulders back and back and back. Take the arms up at shoulder height. Take the other interlace, so the other pinky's on the bottom. Exhale, palms out. As you inhale, start to take the arms up by the ears. They don't have to go all the way up, whatever works for you. This is perfect. But soften around your neck. As you reach up through the palms, make sure that you're not letting your ears travel up there too. At the same time, you don't want to jam them down, but find the nice middle. And then inhaling here. As you exhale, you're going to turn. Oh, I forgot to do this. First, we're going to exhale and lean to the left. Turn your chin up to the sky, if that's okay on your neck. And then inhaling through center. And now we'll twist. Exhale, turning to the left. For 3 breaths. It's harder to breathe deeply when you're twisting, so do your best. And release. Come on back to center and roll the shoulders back and back and back. You're going to roll onto the hands and knees with wrists under shoulders and knees under hips. And we'll do just a couple rounds of cat and cow. So spread your fingers as you inhale, bring the chest through. Draw your shoulder blades toward your waist as you look up. And then exhale, round the back, chin toward chest. Press away from the earth. Once again, inhale. Bring your heart forward through the gates of your arms as you soften around your neck. Exhale, rounding the back, chin toward chest. Coming to a neutral spine. I'm going to turn your right ear toward your right hip. So you're going to turn your hip and turn your ear. And then inhale, center. Exhale, look at your left hip. So turn your head to the left, It's back there somewhere. You may or may not see it. Inhale, center. Once again to the right. See if you can see that right hip back there. Maybe you will, maybe you won't. Inhale through center. Exhale, left hip out and turn to look at that hip. And now back to center. We'll walk our hands about a handprint forward. Turn your inner elbows forward and tuck your toes for down dog. Keep your knees a bit soft. And now walk your feet as wide as your mat. And walk your hands also as wide as your mat. And I like to hold on to the sides of the mat, so you can give that a try and see if you like it or not. Breathe here, making sure the outer edges of the feet are parallel. If you've got some tightness in your hips or hamstrings or calves, then keep some bend in the knees. If you can straighten out the legs, firm the muscles, but without locking your knee joints. And take a deep breath in. And a little longer exhale through your mouth. Let your head move from side to side, front to back. And now we're coming back onto the knees, so walk your feet in. Take your knees down so they're again under the hips. And then we're gonna do Anahatasana. But a little variation, thumbs to the sky. And make sure that your hips don't come forward. You wanna keep them right over the heels. And then just start to reach your fingers forward, your arms forward, any amount. You might find that nothing touches the floor, but you have a good stretch, which is perfect. You might find your chin could touch or your forehead, whatever works for you. Just be sure to keep a little lift in the belly so that your lower back doesn't get overarched. And now breathe here. This is a great one for the shoulders and the upper back. And then to come out of this, on your inhale, take your palms flat and just carefully walk your hands back so that your wrists are again just in front of the shoulders. We'll tuck the toes again for a down dog. This time with the feet hips width apart. Whenever your head is lower than your heart, it's a good indicator for your body to relax. So down dog is one of those poses, and it's very good for your spine as well. So allow yourself to breathe here, and just if there's any tension in the neck, the shoulders, just move it out. Move out of their tension. And then looking forward, we'll bend the knees and walk the feet to the hands. Take your hands to your shins, feet hips width. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. And then fold as you exhale. You can bend your knees as much as you like. Let your head hang. I'm going to stay here for a breath or two, so make sure there's no tension again around your neck, shoulders, jaw. And forward folds are another way that signal the body to relax and that everything is okay. Because in the end, it's all okay. So if it's not all okay, it's not the end. Now with your knees a little bit bent, bring your hands to your hips and slowly come up to stand. Feet hip socket distance apart. Lift your chest like there's a string attached to the middle of your chest. As you inhale, reach your arms up. As you exhale, turn your right palm out. Shift your hips to the left and lean. Now inhale, look to the sky. Exhale, look down to the earth. Your belly lifted and your hips neutral. Inhale, once again, look to the sky. Exhale, look down to the earth. Inhale, reach both arms back through center. And then exhale, the left palm turns out. Shift the hips to the right and lean. As you inhale, turn your chin up to the sky. Exhale, look down to the earth. Again, inhale, turn your head up. Exhale, bring it back down. Inhale, both arms up. And then as you exhale, take them at shoulder height again, like we did on the floor. Interlace your fingers, palms facing out. Inhale, take both arms up as high as they go comfortably without letting your back arch. Now turn to your right and lean your hips to the left. And you're going to start to come down on the right side of the leg. Let your head go. Knees can be bent or straight. And now let yourself come to center. Let your head be heavy. Take a breath here. And now start to bring your hands over to the left. So they're by the left foot. And then you'll inhale to come up. It's a nice side stretch. And look up. Exhale, release the arms. Shoulders rolling back. Inhale, arms at shoulder height again. Put the other pinky on the bottom. Exhale, palms out. Take your arms up, inhale. Now we're gonna turn to the left and then start to move the right side of the hips out as you lean. And now you'll start to lean and look toward your left foot. So it's a cross between a side stretch and a forward bend. So hands by the left foot and slowly bring them to center. Nodding head yes and no, releasing tension. And now inhale, bring your hands over by your right foot. And leading with the left arm, we'll come on up. And release the hands and reach up. Exhale, take your hands behind you, hooking the thumbs or interlacing fingers. Roll the shoulders back. Inhale, lengthen, look up. Exhale, hinging from your hip creases, begin to fold. Let your head just hang. And then still forward folding, but release your arms down and just kind of dangle here for a moment. And then take your hands to your low back and take the other interlace, rolling the shoulders back away from the earth as you reach the arms up. Knees can be bent or straight. If your legs are straight, make sure to firm the muscles and shift the weight toward the balls of the feet. Also, keep a little softness in your elbow joints. And then releasing the hands, let the arms dangle down. And just kind of rock yourself side to side. And inhale, come halfway up, lengthen. As you exhale, bend your knees, plant your palms. We'll come onto the hands and knees. And take your hips off to one side so that you can sit, bringing your legs in front. I'm going to roll onto the back again. So use your hands to come down slowly. And then we'll inhale and lift the legs toward the sky. So if you happen to be near a wall, you could instead put your right hip up against the wall, and as you lean back, swing your legs up the wall. It's another great pose that tells the body, relax already. Everything's okay in this moment. And remind yourself that everything is okay in this breath. And now take your hands behind your thighs and start to slide your hands toward your feet. You can flex your ankles if you like, and you can also bend your knees, of course. It never matters how deep you get into a stretch. It just matters that you're feeling a stretch. Keep that circulation going. In yoga, at Fightmaster Yoga, it's not about the pose. It's about being good to yourself. You're stretching out the hamstrings, the lower back, relax your shoulders. And now bend your knees and bring your feet to the floor. And take the soles of your feet together and your knees apart in Supta Baddha Konasana. Lengthen through your low back and just pause here a moment. And take deep breaths. As you're breathing here, take a quick scan of your body to make sure that you're not clenching up or tensing up anywhere. And then for the next few rounds of breath, make your exhale a little bit longer than your inhale. As you take your next breath in, reach your hands down by your legs to bring your knees together. Roll off to your right side. And thank yourself for doing excellent work. Use your left hand to come up. Now, if you want a longer practice, this Hatha Yoga class is amazing. People really love it. For more stress relief, here's a playlist that has a lot of classes that you will enjoy and relieve that stress. Keep breathing.